If you are one of those women in the comments hollering about somebody DNA testing your kid, that gives me the belief that you are hiding something.
And I think if your girl doesn't want to do it, she's just insecure.
I think you should just dump it.
I got a
Right
banger
on
for men
spot.
only. Let's get
No
straight into it.
apologies.
This double standard in child support is that men that don't pay are looking at jail time, possible unemployment, their license being taken away, tax return interception, they could be liable, there could be a lien on their assets. Meanwhile, there's little to no consequence to the women that don't pay child support.
Facts,
But
man.
get this, the women could also request to have her attorney's fees paid by him. So he's paying for both attorney's fees for a custody battle that he shouldn't have to fight in the first place. So the only goal of these women is to drain them dry until they are bleeding.
And the state is assisting her to do that. I mean, I think men should all migrate somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Passport bros, you should look for greener pastures, and not to mention that the United States dollar is more powerful when converted to other currencies. You have no idea what you can buy when you convert it to other currencies, something that they are not wanting you to know. Yeah, you should look into it.
And then when these men either get a promotion or a better paying job or have to get 3 jobs, which takes away from either their parenting time or just to maintain their own standard of living, they're going to be considered a deadbeat or they're not doing enough. And if that same man has to downsize because he can no longer even afford his own standard of living, it's considered not suitable for the children. Even though he has a place and a roof over their head, mom is going to complain that the kids don't have their own bedroom as if it has nothing to do with the amount of child support that he's paying. And the absolute best part about this is that these dads are devastated and that they will spend their entire life savings fighting a battle that they shouldn't have to fight, while mom is sitting on the internet playing victim, claiming that she's an independent, badass bitch while she's getting welfare, government assistance, living off his supplemental income by child support, getting money from her parents while maintaining a minimum wage job. So who's the real deadbeat if you're the one draining your ex-partner so dry that they can't even maintain their own standard of living for your children? And who's the real deadbeat if your only goal is to obsess about how you can take down the other parent or the father of your children or child? Okay.
And the kids also suffer in the process. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't even care. It's all about her, and the government is assisting her doing that shit.
Bye.
Let's talk. Hey, shout out to this woman. Bringing up some solid points here, man. Bringing up some real solid points.
Nobody want to
Who
hear
is
that.
more of a deadbeat, right? I feel like it is the mother in that scenario specifically. I'm not saying all moms are. You know, my mom's a single mom growing up. My mom is definitely not a deadbeat, but if better choices would have been made, I probably would have had a dad around. But that's why they say the most important decision you'll ever make is the person that you choose for your life partner or your wife or your husband, the person that you choose to marry.
And you dudes, before you call your father a deadbeat, maybe you should hear his side of the story, because you never hear it. You only hear one side growing up, and you hate that guy. You know what I'm saying? Second-hand hatred that has been passed down to you because you have not even given that guy a chance. I mean, you'll be surprised what he will tell you if you try to give him an ear.
It's a very big, important decision, so don't take it with a grain of salt. Take your time. People try to rush into marriage all the time thinking it's going to fix things. No, once the relationship is fixed, reward yourself with marriage. You have people get that so mixed up.
Friend John just posted a video, and it was not just posted. He posted a video a couple whiles back talking about how men can get DNA tests off of Amazon to test their children. They don't even have to tell the baby mom type shit. And he mentioned that in the comments there was reactions from women. Most of the reactions I saw was, why would you go and do that shit? He don't trust me type shit. And the other ones weren't really rational arguments. They were just kind of hooping and hollering in the comments. I've said this a million times over the course of my social media platforms that I believe that DNA tests should be mandatory at the time of birth. Because if it's mandatory, then the woman's feelings don't get hurt about man don't trust me, but then the man gets the 100% security of knowing that the...
And why the government is not even implementing that? It is just as simple as ABC. You know what I'm saying? They should just implement mandatory DNA tests at birth, so that it won't be the guy's problem that he requested it. You know what I'm saying? The government is just offering it at birth, and it is law.
person that he is about to be financially responsible for actually belongs to his genetic pool. You feel what I'm saying? And I caught a fuck ton of backlash on that one. But I think the bigger thing that people are escaping to remember here, if you are one of those women in the comments hollering about somebody DNA testing your kid, that gives me the belief that you are hiding something. And I'm not saying that's necessarily the truth, because if you take it to the fact that you're not hiding anything, but you're like, well, he doesn't trust me, put it this way. If the roles were reversed and the man was the one producing the child, right? And you guys, could be the mom, maybe not be the mom, you would want that 100% certainty. It's not that far-fetched of an idea. Anywho, as I said,
Well, the reason that women
Women hate facts anyway.
hate this is because it's accountability. And we all
And
know women are
accountability.
allergic to that.
that I will stand 10 toes down on it. At the time of birth, it should be required. DNA testing, paternity testing should be required at the time of birth. Solves a lot of problems down the line. Have a day.
What's crazy to me is, people give flack for that. Like, are you kidding me? People are getting flack for saying something that's like so logical and, I don't know, just rooted in the truth of what actually it is. Like, this is so wild to me that people get mad and angry about this stuff.
Tests should be mandatory for every child born, regardless of marital status. Well,
Yeah.
this is a hard one. So fundamentally, I agree with this. And we all know the big study that just came out.
What's funny to me is the courts, the government, I will call it the government, they will drag a man through, the mud, all the court system proceedings regarding child support and everything. And first and foremost, they won't even require a DNA test upfront to actually ascertain if the kid is really that man's kid. You know what I'm saying? They will just take a woman's word that it's that guy's kid and they will drag him through anything. You know what I'm saying? So I guess in this time and age, it's not really a good time for men. We are being headed on, left, right, and center.
And all talked about how of the men who question their paternity, like 75% of them were raising kids that were not theirs. That's a